Hi guys. Okay, we are starting lesson 24, brand new lesson, well, kind of. It's sort of just a continuation of lesson 23 because we're still working on multiplying fractions. So this is just kind of the second lesson about multiplying fractions. So same skills. This is the family letter on page 501. If you want to tear out this page to show your family. On the back, 502, there's another recipe that you guys can make if you want to. It's for party punch. So just a bunch of different kind of juices and stuff, different fractions of the juice that you combine to make a yummy drink. So if you want to do that, tear out that page, give it to your parents. That'd be a fun thing to do together. But our lesson really begins on page 503. So this is session 1. And lesson 24 is only 3 sessions, just like 23 was only 3 sessions. So it'll be a quick one. This first paragraph just explains that previously we learned how to multiply fractions. In this lesson, all we're doing is the same thing, it's just word problems. So we'll get a word problem, but it's just multiplying a fraction by a whole number. So let's do our blue problem. It says 1 serving of crackers is about 3/10 of the whole box of crackers. Bella eats 3 servings this week. What fraction of the box of crackers does she eat? Okay, so 1 serving is 3/10 of the box. So if I draw that in a model, so here's the whole box of crackers, but she only eats 3/10 of it. So I need to separate this into tenths. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's tenths. 1 serving is 3/10. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 1 serving. But she eats 3 servings. So she eats this much 3 times. So I need 3 models that all show 3/10. Okay, so I'm going to cut each model into 10 equal parts to show tenths. Equal enough, right? Close enough. Okay, and then each one I need to show 3/10 for each serving. Okay, so 3/10, 3/10, and 3/10. There's the 3 servings she ate that week. So one day she ate this much, another day, and another day, okay? So what fraction of the box of crackers does she eat altogether? So you could add those together, right? I could do that. My denominator will stay the same, it'll be 10. And then I add my numerators. 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9. Okay, so that's the repeated addition way to do it. But if I wanted to use multiplication, which is, you know, what this lesson's about, I would do 3 servings times 3/10 for each serving. My denominator is the same, it's going to be 10, and I multiply my whole number by my numerator to get my new numerator. 3 times 3 equals 9. Same answer. Okay, so the fraction of the box she ate total was 9/10 of the box. What was her name? Bella? 8 9/10 of the box of crackers. I'm going to add the of crackers part because otherwise if you just ended box it sounds like she ate a box. She didn't. She ate the crackers in the box. Okay, so that's it. Just that. I mean, I drew the models and I showed you the repeated addition part too, but that's all we're doing. Okay, so pause there if you need to save any of that work or catch up. Turn the page. 504. We have some questions to answer about that problem, the crackers. So number 1, Explain how you could find the fraction of the box of crackers that Bella eats. So, what did we just do? Explain what we just did. So I'm just going to explain the multiplication part since, that's what this lesson is about. So I'm just going to say you can multiply 3/10 by 3 to get 9/10. Right, that's all we did. Okay, number 2, look ahead. You can multiply a fraction by a whole number to solve problems about combining equal-sized parts. In the cracker problem, the equal-sized part is the serving size, or 3/10 of the box of crackers. Bella eats 3 servings. The model at the right shows the fraction of the box of crackers that Bella eats. So here's 3/10, the red part, 3/10 again, the blue part, 3/10 again, the green part. So total is 9/10. So complete the equation. My denominator stays the same. Whole number times numerator, 3 times 3 equals 9, my new numerator. B, when you multiply a fraction by a whole number, the answer may be a fraction less than 1 or a fraction greater than 1. So it could, if maybe she ate 4 servings and it was 3/10 was each serving, then that would be 12/10, right? So this 9/10 is a fraction less than 1 whole. This is a fraction greater than 1 whole. That's what it means there. You can use what you know about fractions and mixed numbers to tell between which 2 whole numbers the answer lies. Is the fraction of the box of crackers that Bella eats less than 1 whole or more than 1 whole? So she ate 9/10. That is less than 1 whole. 9/10 is less than 1 because 10/10 it would be 1 whole. Between which 2 whole numbers is the fraction of the box that Bella eats? So if we had a number line, and it went 0, 1, 2, 3, on and on and on, right? Where would 9/10 go on that number line? Between which 2 whole numbers? Okay, 9/10 would be right about here. So it's between 0 and 1. 12/10, for example, would be right about here. So that would be between 1 and 2. But here's 9/10, between 0 and 1. Okay, number 3, describe a real situation when you might want to multiply a fraction by a whole number. So that's for you to reflect on and come up with a real situation. So like a real world problem, kind of like the cracker problem or anything where you would multiply a fraction by a whole number. So take some time, think of something for that, and then move on to the green practice pages. Okay, once you've finished your reflect problem, then we have our practice page on 505. It does not have a little bubble map like normal. It has just this little chart that we need to complete. So it has some words on this side. We need to explain what those words mean in my own words, and then give an example of each word. So the first word is multiply. What does multiply mean to you? You can explain it however you would like to. I'm gonna say it's combining equal groups to find a total. Okay, and my example, I'll just do a simple one. Okay, I'm going to draw a little array. Okay, there's 2 times 3 equals 6. You guys remember drawing arrays from 3rd grade? All right, my next word is fraction. So what does fraction mean to you? To me, a fraction is a number that shows equal parts of a whole. again, I'm going to do an example. How about 3/4? And I'll do a pizza model. Probably better called a circle model, but if it's a circle model, I think of it as a pizza. If it's a bar model, it's a candy bar. Okay, there's my fraction example. And then last is whole number. Well, a whole number is just a number with no fraction part. Okay, just like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And on and on and on. To infinity. Okay, because there's no fraction with these. It's not 1.5. That would not be a whole number. Whole numbers are just the number with no fraction part after it. All right, if you need to pause on that chart, on that table to finish writing anything, go for it. And then let's move on to number 2. Okay, complete the equation to tell how the model shows multiplying a fraction by a whole number. So the whole number is going to be how many models there are. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fraction is what one of the models shows. So there's one part colored in out of 3 equal parts. So it's 1/3. The product, the answer, I know my denominator stays the same. It's still thirds. How many parts are colored in total would be my whole number times my numerator. 4 times 1 equals 4. So that's 4/3. That makes sense because look, it's still in thirds, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 colored in ones. Okay? And then 4/3. If I had a number line, it was 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, right? 4/3, so 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 4/3 would be right here. So my whole numbers, well, the whole numbers that 4/3 is between would be 1 and 2, okay? 4/3 is between 1 and 2. It's not between 0 and 1. It's not between 2 and 3. It's between 1 and 2. Okay. It doesn't ask us that, but we need to start thinking about that because we will get questions that ask us about that. Okay, we only have one more page left, 506. Okay, number 3, solve the problem, show your work. A family eats 3/8 of a whole box of cereal each day. What fraction of the box of cereal does the family eat in 2 days? Okay, so 2 days. I'll draw a model first to show your work. I'll show my work with a model. So 3/8 of the box is what they eat in each day. So every day this family eats 3/8 of a box of cereal. Okay, so there's eighths. I'll color in my 3/8 part. Okay. And then what fraction of the box of cereal does the family eat in 2 days? So here's 1 day. Now I need to draw day 2. Fourths. Cut each fourth in half. Okay. All right. So here's 3/8, 3/8. There are 2 models times 3/8 each, 2 days times 3/8 is how much they eat. My denominator stays the same. I multiply my whole number times my numerator. 2 times 3 equals 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they eat 6/8 of the box in 2 days. I need to check my answer. So I need to check if 6/8 is the correct answer. So to do that, I could just do repeated addition. I could do 3/8 plus 3/8, and it should equal 6/8 to check my multiplication. So my denominator stays the same. I add my numerators. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Checked. And that's it. Hopefully you guys are feeling okay about multiplying fractions by whole numbers. Let me know if you have any questions about it. Next video we'll move on to session 2. Bye guys.